Hi, my name is Chrono, and today we're going to be reviewing a really nice, pleasant little battle pack that also has a little bit of history if you're paying attention to stuff from the past and present when it comes to Lego. So, I like this set because of the stuff that it has, and for the price of it, it's not too bad as well. I got I got two of these things, and oh, my dog is moving. Where are you going, big guy? You better not be coming out for more water. I know you drank a lot of it earlier. My dog. Charlie, stop it. I literally watched you drink like a bucket's worth. No, go lay down. Go get my dog. Where are you going? Go lay down. Alright, he's good. Sorry about that. My dog likes to drink like a bucket of water and then be like, I want some more. Sorry, where were we? Right. Today we're going to be going over the Clone Troopers and Battle Droid Battle Pack that we got. I really like this set considering what it has. So with this set, we get... let me adjust my camera to the speech. Alright. We get 3 Super Battle Droids. And these are new molds, which is really nice. They updated the old mold and they updated the way that it looks. It feels a lot better, feels like a lot more sturdy, which is really great. I'll get into that later. We got 2 Battle Droids. Yes, I put him down one. Give me a minute. The other one is on a step. I can't remember what it stands for. I'm annoyed about that. I'll probably look it up later. You know. Let me just move you guys over. There's another droid here, but I'll get to that later. Got a little supply crate, which has some thermal detonator pieces, which is really nice. You can just set them up. I'll get into that later. We have a shock trooper or a Coruscant guard, phase 2 clone trooper. We have 1 phase 2 clone trooper with what looks to be a DC-15 LE. And we have another pair of phase 2 clone troopers on a speeder, along with a little battle turret thing. Note, these things are actually the projectiles that are fired from the gun. And I figured I'll put them... Whoopsie. Oh, that almost went onto the floor. My pant leg caught it. Thank God. Okay, so there we go, see? I put the little blaster studs on there. I don't really like these blasters because I don't like the idea of like trying to shoot a stud and then figuring out where in the hell it went. That's just me. But yeah. Another thing, which I'm really happy about, is this guy. This is an Octopara Tri-Droid. Well, this one specifically is a combat Octopara Tri-Droids. Fun fact, there's at least 3 different types of these things. And there's some people that may not be happy with this. At first, I wasn't happy about it, and then I remembered, wait a minute, these things have different versions. So, I will get into that. So, first things first. This is the new Super Battle Droid, New mold. Looks and feels a lot sturdier. There's a lot more detailing. Like they have a little dot here that's on this their chest, which is really nice. Get 3 of them. Good for army building. We got the personal stat vehicle. I've seen this thing go through a lot of iteration and designs. This is still a cool one. They have a little clip for the blaster on the back, which is interesting. Another thing to note is that these blasters are gunmetal gray, or like gunmetal, which is interesting considering these are black, just pure black, and these are just gunmetal. I don't know why that is. It's interesting though. Thought that was interesting. And then we got this fun little fact here, right? So when this thing was made, there was also, I think the review, this thing came out before the 327th Battle Pack, like the 327th Clone Battalion Battle Pack that came out. Bit of a controversial one. I already have a video on that thing. Don't worry about it. It's already there. I've listed the pros and cons about that thing. You'll see it, right? Now, fun little bit of trivia. I think LEGO has actually managed to kind of recreate and reference an old set of theirs, because in 2007 they had a Clone Trooper Battle Pack. With it came a Bark Speeder, or well, looks to be a Bark Speeder. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit janky. Bark Speeders look a lot more clean and stuff like that, but this looks like more like one, like a modified speeder you'd see on like the ones like were used on Endor. You know what I mean? They had a speeder. Maybe there's a model that's 2-seater and has like a gun thing. I'll have to look that up later. Who knows? But yeah, they have one of these. They had a speeder like this that had 2 seats, one on the back, one on the front. They had a little defensive thing right here, and it consisted of two Phase 2 clone troopers, 1 shock trooper, and then they had a 327th Battalion clone trooper, which was a boy with yellow markings, right? I think it's cool to think about. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's cool if they kind of reference that. If they did it intentionally, you're sneaky. I dig it. It's nice. If not, that's still cool either way. But yeah. Another thing I'd like to note is they put it on the box. They showed it on the box. I didn't realize it at first. These things, they come off. Of course they come off. It's Lego, whatever. But in reality, they actually show it like you can take these parts off and give them to the clones to use as shields, which is a nice little detail because in the Galactic Republic Army, there is equipment. They have like shields, like metal shields that they use for protection from time to time, which is a nice little detail. And these pieces do well to simulate those things. Granted, I've seen people make custom shields as well. I might think about getting some of those myself because they don't look too bad. But hey, that's just me. Now, there's also a place where you can store a blaster there, like so. I'm not going to do it. This guy has a set of binocs, which is also cool. All right. Pardon me. Now let's see. Right. This droid, I know, is going to be somewhat of an issue because if you've seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars, you've seen the show as well as seen Revenge of the Sith. Octopara tri-droids are often seen as big, really big, and that's true. But they're not all that big. There's 3 versions. Now, there's the Octopara Magna. There's Magna Tri-Droid. Yeah, Octopara Magna Tri-Droid. There's the Octopara Combat Tri-Droid, which is this one. And then there's the third, which is a lot more similar to the Magna Tri-Droid, But for some reason, it has a little bit of an annoying thing. I'll get to that later. A Octopara combat Tri-Droid is around 11 to 12 feet tall, right? Now, say that these droids, now again, they can potentially be bigger, but still, say 2 clone minifigures, or 2 Lego minifigures are around 6 feet tall, right? So this is around 12 feet tall, right? And then you see these guys? That's fairly close to the thing. These combat Tri-Droids, these are pretty decently sized. They're big, right? Now, I know there's some people who are going to be complaining about, it's like, oh, it's a bit too, like, it's too big. Like, we want the big one. We want the big one. I'm getting to that. Let me explain. Another thing is, it's possible that I also have this thing displayed a bit. Maybe that helps? I don't know. It's kind of closer. Whatever. Point is, these things are round. The combat ones are big, but they're not that big. And that's what this one's supposed to be, right? The combat Magna, no. That's the trouble when you have multiple different versions of the same kind of droid. You kind of get mixed up with some of the ones, right? So the combat Octopara Tri-Droids, you can see them on other places. One of them was during the Battle of Utapau, where General Grievous had fled to Utapau to hide out, and he took a bunch of droids with them, and Obi-Wan went after him, along with members of the 212th Battalion, right? Commander Cody, it was Obi-Wan's army, whatever. Point is, you could see those droids in the background, right? Those were combat Octopara Tri-Droids. Now, the big ones, which we've seen in like Star Wars, the Clone Wars, as well as during Revenge of the Sith, during like the Battle of Megiddo, which is like that one planet where you see Kiadi-Mundi and the Galactic Marines and Commander Bakara. Those ones are the Magna Octopara Tri-Droids. Those are the big ones. And there's like 2 different versions, right? Those things are way bigger than this one, which is probably what some people may have been confused with, like, we want that one. It's like, that's going to be a bit of an interesting thing to build. And the reason I say that is in lore, the Magna Octopara Tri-Droids, they're 44 feet tall. Those things are huge. You could take out an artillery setup with like a few of these guys, because the firepower that I think I've seen a Magna Octopara Tri-Droid fire a shot off at a UT-AT tank during the Battle of Megiddo, and it just was blown sky high. One shot from these things, it was the Magna version. They pack a wallop. But yeah, I would like to see a Magna version of an Octopara Tri-Droid. I really would, because that'd be interesting, especially if they get to make that scale too with the minifigures. This is still cool. I like this, and I remember talking about in my other video about the ATRT thing, how there was a bit of a scaling issue. The ATRT thing is like, if we're taking a math, like say a minifigure height, ATRTs are supposed to be like 11, 12 feet tall, and the thing is like 18. If we're talking about Lego scale to minifigure, right? Whatever, you get the point. These things are actually supposed to be a little bit bigger than like an AT-3 Walker. So am I going to give this one a bit of grace? Yes. Why? Because Lego actually managed to handle this better than they did the AT-RT, because they've been kind of screwing that thing up a bit for a while now. I'm going to sort that out before anybody goes and decides to get on my case about it. It's like, why are you giving this thing grace as compared to the ATRT? Because the ATRT has a lot of issues, and Legos, yes, they've been solving it a little bit. They still have a lot of work to do compared to this thing. Hate me if you want. You can't be too bad. Because I'm willing to cut it a little bit of slack, but at the same time, there's still issues with that thing. This thing is not so much. This is actually fairly scale. So I'm okay with this. Plus, I like this droid too. And the fact that they got a really nice scale for the combat version of this thing, that's awesome. That's genuinely awesome. And the detail here is nice too. Now, there are these flick fire missiles, which are a bit finicky. Hold on, let me see if I can shoot one. Not well, whatever. If you want to put these things on display where they don't have the missiles, go right ahead. I don't blame you. Looks good. I'm gonna actually put these aside. But yeah, I really like how this thing looks. It's just so, oh, it's nice. Sorry, I just forgot about the other one. Because I mentioned there was two. The combat version's like 11 to 12 feet tall. The Magna are 44. There's the third one. The third one is around the same size as the Magna version. One small difference. At the bottom, there is a jet booster, which allows those droids to have flight capabilities. Yeah, that's right. I just told you that a tripod droid that can take out a tank with one shot, bullet sky high, is 44 feet tall. And there's a version of that one that has the capability of flight. A droid that's the size of a building. Yeah, let's just give it the ability to fly. Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. Oh, and it gets worse, because I almost forgot one little additional little bit of tidbit. I'm actually kind of really psyched about this, considering if they did actually make this detail, my God, this is beautiful. So you can't see it, you might not be able to see it that well, but if I can get it out. Okay, here we go. So this is like a very sparkly piece. I wish I could see it. I wish you could see what I see. Very shiny piece. Now, begs the question, what is this? What is this? Is this supposed to be the computer brain for this thing? Like, what is it? And I'll tell you what it is. It's potentially a reference to what it is that's inside every single Octopara, both the big and small. So here's the thing about these droids. These droids are they're really good for combat, right? From what I can tell. Good for firepower, but the problem is these things are also made as bioweapons. That canister that I just showed you that is inside these things contains a viral weapon, right? So to put things in perspective how dangerous these things are, not only are these things big, they have a lot of firepower, but even if you take one down, you still have to be wary of where it falls. Because when these things go down, there's a chance of there's a viral container that is in there that when it's ruptured, it releases this weapon, right? A bioweapon. So if anything gets too close, they can get it infected and contaminated and they can die. It's like a biohazard. Major biohazard for the battlefield. So you have to be careful. And I'm just thinking about, because in Star Wars, the Clone Wars, one of the first instances we see these things, is during the Battle of Christophsis, right? That beautiful blue glass looking city, like a bunch of shards everywhere. It looks like giant blue shards are coming out of the ground, right? Beautiful buildings, beautiful place, right? And I see like a bunch of these things get taken down, as well as also some of them during the Battle of Megiddo, and I'm just thinking, every time that one of those goes down, they have to worry about whether or not like the place around it becomes a biohazard because those little viral containers that are hidden away in these droids. So these things are big, dangerous in multiple different ways, and it's a nightmare to deal with them. I'm happy to have these guys, and I have 2 of them because I got 2 battle packs. I'm kind of tempted to get more. I'm also tempted. I've also seen some like customs, like circling around on the internet, and I'm kind of tempted to get one of those as well because these guys are really cool. And just hold on, just look at these guys. It's really cool to see these guys on display. Just put it in your hand. It's just really, really nice. But yeah. Now, would I get these things? Would I get this pack? Absolutely. The price of this thing is actually not bad. I've seen prices around $30 to $24. All things considered, that's not bad. Especially considering the fact that the 327th Battalion or Star Corps is around, like, what, that battle pack's around 45? 35? Yeah, that thing has its issues. I'm glad that some people have been trying to bring down the price of that thing. It needs to be a bit lower, but hey, I digress. But yeah, this thing is a really beautiful set. I'd get one for yourself or multiple, especially if you like. It's good for army building. You get some good figures. You get some beautiful super battle droids. Some more battle droids. You get some Phase 2 clone troopers, a shock trooper. You get some thermal detonators, which I'd also like to point out. One of the things I like about these things is how they have it set up so you can hold it in the hand, or if you want to put it on something, you can do it like so to simulate, oh, hey, let's place a thermal detonator charge for sabotage or something like that, and then have it be there on one spot, and then you have another place somewhere else on the build, and it looks like it's one that's been blown up mid-explosion. Really cool idea. I'm glad that they did that with these things. Really like that. Really, really, really like that. But yeah, I've been looking at other stuff like this. I do want to try and see if I can get my hands on like another Octopara charger, like one that's closer to like a Magna variant, and show that some. If I can do that and show you guys that thing, I'd really love to do that. But for now, time being, this is a really cool set. This is a really nice battle pack. It's nice, it's simple, it's not too much, not too little, and it's great. It feels great. Plus, there's a little bit of an Easter egg and a reference to the past battle packs we had before, like back in like 2007, which is another bonus. So yeah, I think this is a general really good set. 10 out of 10. Would buy again, and I have, because I have 2 of these. Might get a 3rd if I want to. I don't know, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good with this one. But yeah. Like and subscribe if you like the content I do, like the video, you like to see more stuff I do. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload, get posts, whatever. And if you like what I do, why don't you hit the subscribe? If you like what I do, probably coming back anyway, why not? But yeah. Oh, thanks you guys for watching. I gotta go. I'll see you around in the next one.